Hello and welcome to Christ in Crafting. I'm Leesa with Leesa Boone Designs, and I am so giddy and excited today to have my very special guest, Carmen. And if you don't know her, I'm sure that you do. You're going to love her. You're going to want to subscribe to her channel. And please, I ask that you subscribe to mine as well. We have a lot of videos that I've done with several of my friends in this Christ in Crafting marathon. And so I ask you to follow the playlist so that you can see all of the videos, because some of them are on my channel and some of them are on my friends' channels. So don't forget to go ahead and follow that link and then subscribe to our channels. So Carmen, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Carmen, and I'm from Carmen's Curiosity Shop. And on the web and on YouTube, we're the Curious Farms Market. And I'm just so excited she invited me to come do this with her. A little nervous, but I know this is going to be so fun. Thank you.
It's going to be so much fun. So Carmen, the big question, okay? I have a huge question. What are we going to do today?
What are we going to do today? Well, today we are going to do this fun Bible journal.
Okay.
And what we've done is we have downloaded, and it's a large file. So we have downloaded all these pages, and we will have a link that you can email us your emails so you can get in and download in these 50 pages. It is 50 pages, and it's from a Bible from the 1800s. And I had scanned these pages in, and each page is about a different book of the Bible. So I thought this could be really fun to do, and then you can write notes in it. And you can also just anything you can think of, but it goes chronologically. So I thought it was fun. But you don't have to use all these pages. You could use anything you already have.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use part of it. You could make it into several different journals. Like if you like to write a lot and study, that would be awesome to have maybe one for each book of the Bible or one for 3 to 4. I mean, that would be awesome. But I love these. It's here. I'll show a close up. That's the first page, and then each page has description. Like this is Genesis. Let me see. There we go. And then it has like information. And I love that. I love to dig into his word. We've had a conversation about that, how we like to just get in there and get all the good stuff. So let's get started.
And it's fun on these pages. It just gives you an overview on each of the books. So it's kind of fun that even as a family, you could just read just the overview. Oh, that's what that book is about.
Exactly. Because that kind of intrigues you. That's what's going to egg you on and stir you up to want to dig in. That's why it's so important. And then you can just add your notes and stuff. So I've got a lot of stuff here. So I'm just going to follow your lead. I'm going to go ahead and put my camera down.
Well, you guys, I'm using file folders. So let's get down here. And I have 10 file folders, but you can use any type of file folder, or actually you could use any sort of cardstock or anything you would like. I'm going to show you how I did this to make the basis of my book.
Okay.
So I have 12 folders here, and I cut these down to 8.5 by 11. So you're literally going to cut just a little bit off of these 12 file folders.
Okay.
Now the 13th file folder, when you fold, you'll see there's a natural line in your file folder right here.
Okay.
So in this side is a little shorter.
Okay. Yes.
And then when you open it up, I went in 1 inch to the other side and scored a line.
Okay.
And so when I do that and I fold it, this becomes about 8.5 by 11, and you have a 1 inch spine.
Okay. I gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I don't think I told you this, but I scored, and I scored this major paper crafters hoard, and I got stuff like this Brad nailer. I think this was called Brad tool, and it has all these tools in there. And then I've got this huge thing that has a whole bunch of hinges and tools and stuff. What in it also was like an envelope maker. And so
Oh, I
you can
love
score
that.
on, and then I have big ones that you can score with. So I sold a whole bunch of stuff on eBay. I mean, there was embossing plates. I still have a lot of stuff left, and now I wish I never would have sold anything. I'm like, no, why did I sell that stuff? Because now you got me hooked.
You just need a few things. A scoreboard is great for anything.
Yeah.
And I sold a ton of mine recently too. And
Okay.
I find that I get more creative with what I've got when I clear other things out.
Yes. That's true. Clutter is not my friend. That's where I struggle. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this first. Go ahead. You can keep talking, and I'm gonna follow along.
Instead, if you cut your inside pieces 8.5 by 11, and then the outside, when it's scored, it becomes about that size, maybe just a little bigger, but that's okay for a cover.
Yeah.
You could trim it later, but your spine is 1 inch. And then I saw you had already done this. You take all your file folders, and I just take some paint and water it down a little bit and just whitewash the insides and the outsides of all my file folders.
Okay. Yes, I did that. I used White Swan, and it was thick. I wish I would have watered it down, but I was lazy, and I just squirted it right on. And so I definitely used a lot more paint than what I needed to have used. So I'm glad that you said that.
Well, you can see on this back page, which I haven't finished, that I need to finish painting, how I slapped it on. And I didn't even fill it in the middle because I was putting paper over them.
Okay.
And I just literally washed it on and did that for these. And then after you painted, I'm just going to show you one set.
Okay.
After you painted these all, I take 2. So 1 file folder inside of the other.
Okay.
And this is going to be one of your signatures. So you will end up with 6 signatures. So 2 in each. And does that make sense?
Yes. I'll have to do a score. So I've got these. Yep, I got it.
So you have 2 signatures.
Okay.
And actually, so all I did with those is mark my line 6 dots 1 inch. I don't know if you can see this.
Okay.
And so I made those holes right here, 6 dots, and then 6 dots down here. And so when I put my first signature in, it went through the 2 file folders, came out through here, and came down through this hole.
Okay.
Back through the file folders and made a knot, and I'll show you what it looks like on here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And you can see how I have the 6 dots. And I literally measured on my file folders exactly how far down I needed to go so they were all uniform. And then on the inside, you can see, let me find a set here. This is where, and then I added some more paper. So if you wanted to, you could add some more paper to the center of your 2 file folders.
Right.
And you can see how I went through those so you have extra paper.
Yeah.
And you could use a cording. You could use a thin elastic. The elastic is great to use.
Yes. I purchased some at Walmart, some beading cord elastic. And I also have this hemp cord that I wanted to use somehow. I didn't know they made hemp cords in colors. Because I have lots of hemp cord in the natural, but they actually have these in the jewelry section. And then I got like some lace and different things. And I even got bias tape. So I don't know how I'm going to use all of this.
I love bias tape.
Yeah. And then I did get these beads that have like blue and purple tones. They're in the jewelry section. And I was thinking about doing something like a tab with the hemp cord somehow. I don't know.
Or you could even, when you tie it in, you can have them dangling down.
Yeah. Something like that. So, all right. So I don't have anything to measure. So, okay, what's the next step?
So what you're going to do, So you can decide if you want to put those in, or you can put all your pages in when you're done. But I just decoupage my paper, my Bible paper, to the top of each. So the outside, the inside, the next one, the next one. So you're just going to decoupage
Yeah.
your Bible papers to those.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want one on the inside of the book, so you kind of have to line them up so you know where you're putting them all so they're in order. So
Right.
here's the angel I put on the inside cover, and then Genesis, Exodus. So you can
Yeah.
see how I did that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some on the back.
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
I'm
So
going to paint the rest of this.
I'm gonna try to score this and see if I can score it right.
Oh, of course you can.
Well,
Of course
I
you
didn't
can.
bring a measuring thingamajiggy.
Oh, I got you. And I would just then guesstimate.
Yeah.
And there really are so many ways to bind. You can even buy those O-ring
Yeah.
clips, with the 3 rings. You can even put that and glue that into the center of your book. There are so many ways you can bind a book.
Yeah. Well,
Color isn't quite the same.
I know that there are so many different ways of doing everything. That's for sure. Okay. That worked, I think.
Yay! I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
I love watching your videos. Like I'm like when I say I'm giddy, like I've been super giddy. And I love watching your videos. I learned so much from you. Like you are the queen of paper crafting and creativity. Like God has really, really abundantly blessed you to be creative and to teach others. Like that is such a gift.
You know what? I agree that he has done it. Because
Yes.
whenever it comes out great, I know he gave it to me. When I'm trying too hard,
Yes.
I can tell it's me. And you know what? Anything I
Yes.
ever come up with, he does give to me.
Yes. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I don't
Like,
take credit for any of it.
yeah, we are stewards for sure. Like it's not on our mites, it's in his, it's what he does in us. Okay, so this was easy because this actually is the right length. This little I don't know what you call this thing, but in order for me to score this, it was exactly perfect from one to the next.
I love that.
So that
Oh,
was
I love that.
yes. I love this idea because I knew that you've done file folders. I just didn't know how it was going to come together. So this is so awesome. So I told
And
you
really,
before. Oh, go
a
ahead.
lot of what I did was, I even sewed some of my pages, but you don't have to. You can make it
Yes.
as simple or as detailed as you want.
Oh, I went off. Yeah, I love that you sew. I'm trying to find my sewing machine. I haven't pulled it out in years, and I actually homeschool my daughter, and when I was in high school, actually junior high, um, yeah, junior high. Oh, I took home ec. Well, they don't offer that anymore. And I loved home ec because I always was, I learned how to cook very young. And I remember being in my class and the girls couldn't even beat an egg. And I'm like, how do you not know how to beat an egg? I was making food dinner. And like I knew how to cook all the Spanish recipes, and that's so I've trying to teach my daughter. So, and then we also did sewing, part of home ec, and I loved it because my grandmother was a seamstress, and I just loved it. I wish I learned more from her, but so I wanted my daughter to do it. So I surprised her. I didn't tell her. She's like, "Oh, we're doing home ec." So I'm like, "Okay, we have to find the sewing machine." And I told her, I said, "I want to use it for these junk journals." Like that, it's just so much fun.
That's how my mom was. She was a seamstress. Well, she learned to sew when she was in 3rd grade.
Wow.
But she grew up in Spain, and her brother actually became a well-known tailor in Spain.
Oh, wow.
And so she has sewn. And so when we came to America, that's one thing she taught me was, I think I was in about that grade, 3rd or 4th grade, when she they got me a sewing machine, and I had to start learning to make my own clothing.
Yeah.
So, it was something that I did because that's what they always did.
Yeah, my grandmother used to make my clothes for sure, and I loved it. And I'm like, if she could see me now, like she'd be so excited. And all the things that we have, like she would have loved it. Like she used to take clothes apart if she loved a piece of clothing and it fit her well. She would take it apart and make a pattern out of it and make more of it. And
that's what I do too. I love that.
Well, let me just go ahead and let me recap because we're having a lot of trouble here with our video. So here we are, and I've been just gluing. I didn't glue this one. Gluing my pages on the file folders, and then show you created.
Oh, that's so pretty.
All right. All right. So I'm just using a regular glue stick instead of decoupage medium, but I do have some here. I just haven't pulled it out.
I mean, there's just so much you can do. 1,000 different ways you could use some different things. Oh, the sheep. Oh, that's not a sheep. That's a cow. I was look at this cute stencil. Okay, I think I'm going to put the sheep on here. I love that, the sheep.
Yeah, I almost grabbed the sheep from the brocante stamp. I mean, transfer.
Yes, that's what I put on the front.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you did on the front? Oh, okay.
I used some decoupage paper. I used some wording, some pictures that were from the paper here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sheep transfer, and then the tree transfer. I just kind of mixed a bunch into this books of the Old and New Testament. So I just added some fun things in, just all over it.
Okay.
And I think maybe we'll stencil. Where did I hide that stencil now? I just hid it in one of my pages. Oh, that one. Find a dark page.
So I hate that half of our conversation, I don't know what's going on. The enemy definitely did not want this video.
You know what? That's an honor to me. Sorry.
I know, right? I know.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
It's so good. It is.
Yes.
It's all so good.
Yes.
And like you said, all we're supposed to do is get out the gospel. That's it. That is doesn't matter how we do it. Everybody, so no matter what you think your gift are, that is the one thing we're all called to do. And this isn't.
That's right.
And everyone gets scared, it's like, what are they going to think of me? But you know what?
Cares? Yeah.
We have another passport somewhere else that we need to really think about.
Yeah.
And remember, if you're afraid to talk about me, I'll be afraid to talk about you.
Ooh, yes. That should really sober you up real quick.
Absolutely. And I believe that with all my heart. And I think the big thing is no matter what we're doing, do it with everything you've got, whether it's cleaning your stove, cooking, washing a floor, doing a job, anything. That's how you show whose you are, by doing everything to the best of your ability.
Well, it's the Bible. It says, do everything heartily unto God, not unto man.
Yep.
And so if you have a terrible boss, if you have things going on in your life, you don't look at the natural and the temporal. You focus on eternity, and you focus on Jesus. Okay. So this is pretty cool.
That's cute. Grateful. I just stenciled grateful on a dark page. So it's just kind of fun. Just to add.
I picked up a stencil. Oh, here it is. And I was gonna do the same thing. Grateful here. This is from the Dollar Tree. I picked it up today, and it says love,
you know what?
gratitude.
It's because we're on the same track here. I like that.
And that's so
I love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
I almost didn't get it, and I was like, no, I'm going to get this one. I'm going to put it in different places. And then I actually have some other stencils too that I was going to incorporate in some of the pages. And that I have this one that's kind of like Kindest Regards. So I may do Kindest
Oh,
Regards.
pretty.
I love this one, and it looks like lace.
Oh, I love that
Like
too.
tablecloth, kind of. So I
Oh,
like to
it's
do
pretty.
raised stencil. I've done this one a lot with my angels on the background. So I was going to put that somewhere because I like the texture, and I do have some. You taught me this a long time ago, and it's the Versamark, and I've got embossing powder, and so I do
Oh, I
have.
love embossing. Embossing is
Yes,
so
I
fun.
love it. I love it. Love, love, love it.
It's just an added element, and it's so easy, easy, easy.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
you can do it on wood, you can do it on paper, you can do it on metal, you can do it on glass, you can do it on anything.
yeah. It's amazing. It's incredible. I love it. I have and then I have sticky embossing powder that I can
Uh-huh.
do for flakes, like gold flakes.
Ooh.
And I just ordered like a little deco foil pen, like a glue pen, like to do
Uh-huh.
foiling because I wanted to do these envelopes like with these papers. I don't know if I'm going to use like if I'm going to use the birds or if I'm just going to put them in somehow. But I want to make envelopes like, okay, maybe this one. And then when it's folded, have it gold on the outside. Like, you
Oh.
know what I'm talking about?
Have
Like
you ever
where,
used a gold leafing pen?
yeah, that's what it is. That's what I ordered.
Okay, it's a liquid gold leafing pen. Yeah, and after you play with it a bit, it's so easy. I used to do it around envelopes and cards all the time.
Okay. I
It's
hope,
really, really, really easy.
okay. Yeah, I just ordered something. I don't know. I saw it on some
Or
video.
is it actually a roll of foil?
Oh, well, it's a it's a foil roll and then
Okay, so
the and then the
it's a roll of
pen.
foil.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
the pen is just your Versamark pen that is sticky.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
have you ever used like a gold leafing pen? It looks like
I
gold.
guess
It's just
not. I guess I no. I guess I have to look at that.
so you just shake it and you press it down on something else. And then when you touch it on anything, it writes in the gold foil or silver foil, or
Oh.
it's a real simple way to do outlining.
Yeah, I love that idea.
If you need color foils, we'll just talk later. I have 100 tubes.
Okay. All right. So I've been having fun. I did a video yesterday and I bought this watercolor paper pad and I love the way that it turned out and Ari, can you bring that to me that's on the wall? And so the one that I did yesterday for yesterday's video. So it's on the wall, baby. With yeah, on the wall where the angel is. So I went ahead and I created more with the making powders, the DIY making powders. It's
Ooh,
how I do
fun.
this. Yeah, and see, I'm gonna put the phone up. Let me see. I can show you.
Let me see.
I can. Oh, I almost okay. So it's it's backwards. So I got these poster hangers. They're magnetic.
Yes.
And so it's easy to change out. And then I created the background and I stamped with the IOD sprig stamp. And
Oh, so
then
pretty.
I printed the text and then I used carbon to outline it to
Ooh.
and then I was gonna go over it again, but it's just so pretty and I'm like I
I
have
think it's
different
pretty the way
sizes.
it is.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like I can you can change it out or this would be pretty in a
Mm-hmm.
nursery, like a series of them. So
Yep.
that was a lot of fun. I did that yesterday and then I had so much fun. So I created in the color scheme these sheets of paper and I'm going to make either tags or like cut them out in squares for the back to be journal things. So I have that. So I have a lot to do and I did grab some like graph paper And then this morning, I made this big wad of coffee stained paper to put inside. So it smells really good and it's enticing, like coffee. And so I love, I thank God for coffee. I wake up in the morning, I drink my coffee, I get my coffee, and I sit down and I spend all kinds of time in the Word. Every day is different, just depending what I'm reading. And that's how I start my day. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't go on Facebook. I get in there with my coffee. So I'm grateful for coffee beans and the guy who picked the coffee and roasted it and ground it up. So
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah. And then I do have I on Etsy I had bought when I did the first junk journal. So this will be my second journal. And I bought like all these which is crazy. I can make these myself, but it's kind of cool just buying them and blessing somebody else.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of tags. And then I put them on cardstock and I rolled the leftover green ink. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see it on the yes, I can.
Here. Okay. Oh, there one.
I see it. I see one.
So this way it would tie in, and so I've got like all of these little tags I still have to do something with. So
you know what'd be cute is you could put those little coin envelopes on the back side to put more things in it.
Yes. I love those. And so I've got a lot of stuff, but I have time because I'm gonna give this to her for Christmas, and so she's gonna be surprised. She likes to write everything down.
Aww.
And so we took her to Tennessee because she wanted to see her cousin. We went to the mountains a couple weeks ago, and we told her like we go thrifting, like that. And she's like, okay, I like that, And so we were going to different stores, and she was looking. She's like, I have that. Oh, how much do they want for that? And then she's like, I wish I had my purse. And I'm like, why? If you need money, I have it, because she left it in the car. I was like, I'll buy whatever you need. She's like, no, I just want to write down what I saw with the prices. And then like whenever we come and visit her, she writes it down.
Oh, that's so funny.
On the calendar. And then or if anything happens, she writes everything down. So that's why I thought, how cool would this be? And I'm actually going to incorporate.
It would.
I found this at Burke's and it has this little brooch on it.
Oh, pretty.
And these are
that
the
is
colors.
Really pretty.
Yeah. And I'm going to tear this apart because I have a problem with that scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. Like, I love that scripture, but it's misused a lot. I know the plans that I have for you.
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
People twist that scripture. And so like that one and I can do all things through Christ, Philippians 4:13. People twist those scriptures to mean something that it really doesn't mean. So anyway, but what I like is that this is a planner and it has that green tone. And so I'm going to incorporate this with the Bible. So she has one place to write everything down. So I don't know how it's going to come out, but
it's going to be beautiful. And every day you're going to say, oh, I could add this to it and I could add this to it. And I can see what I've already done. It's like, oh, I could add 50 million more things to this. And you can still add more paper to it.
Yeah.
And actually the fun thing is where your thread or your cording is here in the center, you could take other notebooks and put them through those. So you can just keep adding. Did that
in the one that you sent me. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's such a genius. Like she's just.
No.
I know that God gives it to you though. He gives it to you. And then it's just amazing. So I'm gonna I've got to punch my holes, and I'm gonna do it that way because I really do like that. I think it's gonna be great.
I can't wait to see when you get it done. I have to see what it looks like when you get all done before you give it to her.
I will. I'll show it. I will. Okay. Thank you so much. I know we had so many issues getting on, and
that's okay.
Yeah, but I had so much fun with you. I could talk to you for days and days and days.
Well, one day we'll get you out here and then we'll just play.
Yes, that would be awesome.
It's better than thrift shopping. Believe me, you can come through my small shop and I have so much stuff. You could just have it all.
My husband would, you know, he would love to go out there too. Like,
Then you
he,
guys should just come.
yeah, he always wanted to go out west. And, you know, just to have even the shooting range, like all of that, that's just right up his alley, you know? So right now it's hunting season here. I don't know if it's hunting season where you
I think it
are.
is.
Yeah.
I
So
don't hunt, so I don't know.
yeah. Well, he took off of work. Like this is the week, you know. This is big hunting
Oh.
season. So anyway. But thank you. So if you're watching us, please make sure that you subscribe to our channels. We greatly appreciate it. You know, it helps to grow our small businesses. And like and comment, of course, sprinkle it. If you know that someone likes junk journaling or is just getting into crafting, go ahead and share this with them so that they can follow Miss Carmen, because she really does have a lot of tutorials. How many videos do you do every week? Like 3 or 4?
We try to do 3 to 5. Some weeks are different than others. We probably have 250 up there, maybe 300. Somewhere up there
Wow.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so
I really
many.
want to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving. Have
Yeah.
a wonderful, just blessed Thanksgiving.
Yes, absolutely. Enjoy every second. Enjoy the family. Enjoy the burnt food, or, you know, the good food, whatever it is. Enjoy every second and treasure it. Because,
Thank you
yeah,
so much for inviting me.
thank you. Thank you. I hope you have an incredibly blessed day. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you look at the description. All of the links are in there and any information. And then you can send us messages and we would love to hear from you. If you make a junk journal like this, go ahead and send us a picture because we would love to
Yes.
see it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day.